Hey yo guys, this is gonna be the last video I will ever do on this Chris Benoit situation, and well, not ever until the official results come back. I may do one, but this will be the last one. Now this was in the newspaper on Friday, last Friday, which was 29th, from the Toronto Sun, an interview they had with both Brett and Bruce Hart, but both at separate locations. Now here was the heading: Juice Freak. Chris Benoit was a juice freak. According to Bruce Hart, Benoit was a very delusional person. He was a big steroid head. He needed to take the steroids to get bigger just because they're saying that. He mainly thinks it's steroid abuse that caused him to snap, and he says first of all, he says the last time I saw him he was in pretty rough shape, and he was not at all shocked about the incident, which I think is crap because the whole wrestling world was in shock about the Chris Benoit death. And if I see and determine that in a few visits, how the hell could WWE not? And he thinks that WWE needs to evaluate their drug policy because they have no clue what they're doing in his mind, like whatever with the steroids and stuff, and the wrestlers and how they lose their mind with the steroids. But he truly believes that steroid abuse in a combination with delusional behavior, painkillers, and failing health, almost all the people we... And then he says, and I quote, almost all the people we started out with who did steroids began breaking down at around 40. So he pretty much also attributes to the fact that Chris Benoit could not tell the difference between Chris Benoit, the wrestler, the in-ring character, and Chris Benoit, the person, the father, the family man. Which, you know, I can't see. And wrestlers start believing their press and clippings, and that what is said, it's like an actor believing the character they play forever. So he's pretty much saying that, imagine if Al Pacino thought he was Tony Montana all day. Bruce also says that Chris Benoit, but Bruce Hart also thinks the WWE needs to bring psychologists in because of the steroids, which, you know, I think that's going a little over the head. I think they just should send them to rehab like they're doing. I don't think they're doing the best job, but they could maybe, you know, have rehab in their facility, or let them go on the road but have doctors follow them around or something. I don't know. And the best thing he says was, imagine like if Wayne Gretzky or Mary Lemieux or Mark Messier died, and there'd be more investigations in. Like, imagine if, Jerry Rice died. Like, there would be more investigations in because it's a pro football player dead. I think he's getting in the point that the investigators don't care because it's a wrestler. I mean, it is a murder trial, but they really don't care because it's a professional wrestler. They're like, ooh, this guy's, that's a fucking stupid business. So he doesn't care about it. And then he's also pissed off about the tribute show. Now, I'm just saying, the tribute show on was a nice thing. It was honoring the career of Chris Benoit, the wrestler. Not Chris Benoit, the person. I mean, some people were saying that he was such a nice guy and all, which he probably was backstage. I mean, he gave great direction. But Bruce Hart said he was a, guy to snap off and stuff. But then, to contrary, there's also a little interview from Bret Hart, the man I'm going to take the side on here, said that he doesn't think it's steroids or drugs that caused Chris to snap. He never saw Chris taking pills or snapping off at people and being very angry. He's attributing to the life of being on the road all the time, the life of the professional wrestler. You know, which I'm attributing this to. I mean, you're isolated away from your family and so much. I mean, just snap, and he went off the deep end. To quote Brett, he just went off the deep end. That's what happened. Chris just lost his mind there and snapped and went off the deep end. So that's my last video on the Chris Benoit until we get the official results in. Anyway, I'm done. That'll be my last vid for a while. I'm out. Peace.